So today's video is about features that I would like to be introduced to or make a return to the Battlefield franchise in Battlefield 2042. If you're new, I make Battlefield content 3 to 4 times a week, so subscribe if you want more of that. Comment, like, do all that stuff for me. I really appreciate it. So let's get into the video. So the first thing I want to talk about is server browsers. We'll use Battlefront 2 as an example. By the way, I really do enjoy that game. I might be putting some gameplay of that up on the channel soon, so if you're looking for that, keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, Battlefront 2 does not have a server browser, which is really unfortunate. Instead, they have this inbuilt matchmaking system where you can't avoid it, you have to use it. This wouldn't be so bad if that feature didn't suck, but it does. Sometimes you get put into a game where there's about 2 people in it and you have to wait half an hour for the game to actually start. I don't want this to happen with Battlefield. I want to be able to select the map I play, the amount of people that are in the server, the game mode, just at the click of a button on the server browser. I think dumbing it down to a click and forget matchmaking system that doesn't work properly is a recipe for failure. Battlefield's always had a server browser, and it would be a real shame to not see it in Battlefield 2042. Now my next point coincides with the server browser, and that is rentable or private servers. Now, being that you'd use the server browser to select your specific Battlefield experience you'd want on that day. So for example, one day I'd want 24/7 locker. I'd just go and find one of those servers, but you couldn't do that without a server browser. So yeah, it's no secret that Battlefield 4's life has definitely been prolonged by private or rentable servers, just because you can find more specific experiences that you would like to play on that day. For example, 24/7 goal mode, if you want to play a vehicle bit Battlefield, load up some goal mode. That's not possible without a server browser or private servers, and I think the longevity of the game would be damaged if we didn't have any private servers. Now, the next feature is a bit of a nitpick really, but I would like to see a better squad join system, even just a squad join system that just works. Battlefield 4, the squad join system does not work properly on consoles whatsoever. I can't remember a time when I used squad join on consoles and it worked flawlessly, because it just doesn't. On PC, however, I have used it. It does work kind of, but a lot of the time you'll get put onto separate teams and you have to wait till the round is over to then fix your squad, and people can also somehow join your squad join mid-game, which doesn't make any sense because it's supposed to be private. So yeah, I'd like to see that improve, because it's pretty basic in my mind that you can join a game with your friends all at once. That would be an improvement that I'd like to see for 2042. I would also like to see in-game voice chat return for Battlefield 2042, and I think this is really important because people make a lot of friendships on in-game voice chat. You create memories with people. You can't really be a Battlefield game if it doesn't have tactical gameplay, which in-game voice chat definitely promotes. I know it can be quite toxic, but Battlefield isn't really a hive of toxicity, unlike other first-person shooter type titles out there. So yeah, I think this would be a big letdown if we didn't get to see a squad voice chat or maybe a server-wide voice chat. Now, the next feature is a complete no-brainer, and it is a feature-rich live service. I don't want to see another Battlefield 5 type cop-out where the game is dwindling in popularity, so DICE just go, we're going to pull the plug, sorry about that, you should have put your money somewhere else. That's a joke. The game will thrive with continued great content updates, and if you look at Battlefield 5, the Pacific DLC brought players back to the game, and even today a lot of players play the game specifically for the Pacific DLC content. So you can revive your game with good content and you can keep it alive with good content, so there's no excuse for developers who are just lazy. Now, talking of no-brainers, this is another one. Good gameplay, I mean, speaks for itself. It keeps players engaged, it keeps you wanting to come on the next day and play some more. You want to come in from work or school, oh yeah, I want to get on Battlefield 2042, I want to unlock this gun, I want to go and X kill streak in this vehicle. This is the absolute core of any game. Without good gameplay, no one's going to play it. Pretty simple. As well as this, you need to be thinking of the core Battlefield experience. I think looking from all these reveal trailers and stuff, I think we could be heading towards a more Call of Duty type Battlefield with all these non-class specific primaries and specialists and stuff. I don't know, but Battlefield really needs to not lose its identity, because if it didn't have an identity, people would just go and play Call of Duty or Apex Legends. There's no reason to play Battlefield without the core identity. Now, the next feature that I would like to see is not a feature as per se, but a quality of life system. I don't know what to call it, to be honest, but it's skill gap. I would love to see a pretty decent skill gap in the game, but new players need to be able to pick it up easily. They need to be able to enjoy the game off the bat without spending too much time into the game. Then from that, they can then decide if they do or do not want to put time into it. And from putting time into the game, they can actually become better, they can become more of a threat, they can do more damage, and it's more rewarding to you as the player because you're just more dangerous. Now, don't get me wrong, this is obviously within reason. You shouldn't become God on Earth because you have, put in 10,000 hours. You should be good, but you shouldn't be unkillable. Now, my next feature is perhaps even more important than good gameplay, and that is anti-cheat. Cheating is rampant in first-person shooting. Battlefield 2042 will be no exclusion. The game is heading for a quick grave if there's no good anti-cheat, because people are just going to pack up and quit. There's no point of playing against cheaters. It's not fun, it's boring for everyone, and it needs to stop. Anti-cheat needs to be completely nailed so people can just enjoy the gameplay without having to deal with these annoyances. Gaming is supposed to be fun, it's not supposed to be a chore. Playing against cheaters is definitely a chore. Now, I for one am willing to say that even if Battlefield 2042 does not look any good or doesn't play any good, I probably will still play it just because there's no good games out, in my opinion, right now that are fresh and that are new and in the first-person shooter space. But without good anti-cheat, there's no way in hell that I'm playing this game. I'm just going to be barraged by cheaters 24/7 and it's not going to be fun. As well as this, streamers, YouTubers, content creators are not going to be playing and making content on the game. The game's going to be dying straight out of the gate. And yeah, I think this should be number one on EA and DICE's priority board right now, and if it isn't, then we should all be deeply, deeply worried. But yeah guys, that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some interesting little bits and pieces in there. I enjoyed talking about it. Obviously, I enjoy talking about all things Battlefield, but there you go. So like, subscribe, comment, do all those bits and pieces for me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you to all the support I've been getting recently, the regular commenters. You guys are the real legends, and yeah, I appreciate you more than you could ever imagine, and I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for you guys. I would have given up ages ago. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.